So students, you have understood that it was a very nice, cozy sitting room of Laburnum Villa. There, the father and the son was playing chess. Father was defeated. He became frustrated. He was complaining about the place where he was living. And later, they were. It could be seen that they were also waiting for a guest to come. And he arrived, and he was introduced as Sergeant Major Morris. And then he took seat by the window, and then arrangements were made for the whiskey. At the third glass, he began to talk. So after taking two glasses, it's okay. The third glass, when he was taking, he started talking with them. The little family circle regarding with eager interest with this visitor from distant parts, as he spoke of wild scenes. So the family members who were there, they were very much eager. For what? They were very much eager with the story which he was going to tell, and with great interest they were listening to him. And he spoke about distant parts, means far away parts of the world, as he spoke of wild scenes of wars, plagues, means different diseases, strange peoples, etc. 21 years of it, said Mr. White, nodding at his wife and his son. So he pointed out, Mr. White pointed out that it was 21 years, said Mr. White, nodding at his wife and son. Means he nodded at his wife and son and said that it was 21 years that person, Sergeant Major Harris Morris, had been outside. When he went away, he was a youth in the warehouse. Now look at him. So when he went away, he was just a youth in the warehouse, and now he had changed completely. I would like to go to India myself just to look round a bit. So he also got interested that he would go to India to see, because he was also very interested about India, because Sergeant Major Morris was living in India only. Better where you are, said the Sergeant Major, shaking his head. But means this idea was opposed by Sergeant Major. He said that better the place where he was living. I should like to see those old temples and fakirs and jugglers. He said that he wanted to see those old temples and fakirs and jugglers. Said the old man. What was that you started telling me that other day about a monkey's paw or something, Morris? So he wanted to see those old temples, fakirs, jugglers and all those things. And then what was that started telling me the other day about a monkey's paw or something, Morris? Means then the natural question came from Mr. White that Sergeant Major Morris was telling him about the monkey's paw. This is there the mystery starts. That the monkey's paw, the other day Sergeant Major Morris was telling him about the monkey's paw. Nothing, said the soldier hastily. So somehow previously he might have told about the monkey's paw, but when again Mr. White asked about it, he just replied in a negative manner. So in a very hasty manner, in a hurried manner, he said nothing. Monkey's paw, said Mrs. White curiously. So Mrs. White with great curiosity said, "The monkey's paw? What about monkey's paw?" "Well, it's just a bit of magic perhaps," said the Sergeant Major offendedly. So casually the Sergeant Major refused the thing and said that it was just a piece of magic, nothing more than that. His three listeners leaned forward eagerly. His three listeners gathered and they leaned forward eagerly to look at, said the Sergeant Major. "It's just an ordinary little paw dried to a mummy." So it is just an ordinary little paw which had been dried to a mummy. You know that how mummy or the dead bodies were preserved by the early Egyptians with the application of some herbs and medicines, all those things. So that way the paw of the monkey had been preserved. He took something out of his pocket and proffered it. So he took it out from the pocket, the monkey's paw, and he showed it to them. Mrs. White drew back with a grimace, but her son, taking it, examined it curiously. So Mrs. White made a certain face. She was not at all liking the appearance of the monkey's paw, so she just moved away. But her son, means Herbert, he was a young man, he could not believe it properly, and he just took it and he was looking at it with great curiosity, means he was inquisitive, he wanted to know about the paw. "And what is there special about it?" inquired Mr. White, as he took it from his son and, having examined it, placed it upon the table. So Mr. White also said that what was special about monkey's paw. So then he took it from his son, he looked at it, carefully he looked at it, examined it, and he just placed it on the table. "It had a spell put it on by an old fakir," said the Sergeant Major. So Sergeant Major pointed out what? That it was a spell. Spell means a magic, which was put on it by an old fakir. He wanted to show that those who interfered with fate did to their sorrow. So he wanted to show what, that those people who just interfere with fate, means what was is going to happen, it is going to happen. So people should not try to change his fate. If someone would come in between the fate, then he would have to face the destruction. So that's why the fakir or the Muslim priest sort of thing, you can say, fakir had cast a spell or had put a magic on the paw. He put a spell on that the three separate men could each have 3 wishes from it. So each separate man could have 3 wishes from it. Well, why don't you have 3, sir? Said Herbert White cleverly. So, Herbert White asked him, why he did not have 3, sir? Why he did not have any 3 wishes? I have, said the soldier quietly, and his blotchy face whitened. So the soldier said that he already had wished 3 separate wishes, and his blotchy, means spotted face, became very pale, means he was scared or after telling this. And did you really have the 3 wishes granted? Asked Mr. White. So Mrs. White was curious to know if his 3 wishes were granted or not. It did, answered the Sergeant Major. Yes, of course, it happened. And has anybody else wished? Persisted the old lady. So the old lady continued that if anyone had against wished it or not. The first man had three wishes. Yes, was the reply. I don't know what the first 2 were, but the third was for death. So the first man had their 3 wishes. The first 2 wish he did not know, means Sergeant Major Morris did not know, but the third was for death, that he knew. That's how I got the paw. That's how he had got the paw. His tone was so great that a hush fell upon the group. So his tone was so great, means so serious, that a silence fell upon the group. If you have had 3 wishes, it is no good to you now. Then Morris, said the old man at last, what do you keep it for? So if he had 3 wishes, then the third, the monkey's paw's action was over on him. So it would not be good for now. So for what he was keeping the paw? This Mr. White wanted to know. The soldier shook his head. Fancy, I suppose, he said slowly. So he said slowly that it was his imagination. Maybe some fancy was working on him. That's why he had kept the paw. I did have some idea of selling it, but I don't think I will. Means at first I thought that I would sell it, but now I think that I would not sell it. It has caused enough mischief already. Already it has caused enough mischief. Means enough problems have been created. Besides, people think it's a fairy tale. People think what? That it is a complete fairy tale. Means people also believe that it is nothing more than a fairy tale.